When a female team member is treating the wound, an alien suddenly raids him. Then David sees the alien. Just when David is building trust with alien, he is bumped into by Aurum. David tells Aurum to blow into the alien nose, so that alien will always be loyal to him. As soon as the voice falls, Aurum shoots the alien to death. Then he points a gun at David and tells him to tell the truth. David takes Aurum to visit Totally Pathogens and specimen rooms. Then he takes Aurum to the alien breeding room, and he tricks Aurum to check the breeding package. As a result, Aurum is attacked. He asks David when he is dying, "What is your faith?" David answers, "The creatures." Then Aurum is killed by the alien pretending to be in his stomach. Walter sees in David's room the dissected body of Dr. Shaw. He understands instantly. It turns out that the virus was not landing at all, accidentally leaked. And David deliberately spreads it. David thinks neither he nor Walter were born to serve humans. And humans, a dying species, are not qualified, go to find the colony planet and start again. He persuades Walter to join. But Walter tells David a saying. Even one wrong note can ruin the whole tune. Walter also says that he would not let David leave this planet. When David sees that Walter could not win, he stabs Walter to death. But Walter is an improved biochemical man. Minor injuries will heal by itself. After the Covenant drops in height, it gets in touch with Daniels and the others on the ground. Tennessee also learns of the death of his daughter-in-law. The spacecraft is about to land and go to the ground. Daniels and the others are also cleaning up, preparing to log in the Covenant. It is then discovered that Captain Aurum was missing. They separate to find two people came to the alien breeding room. They seize the dead Aurum. Suddenly an alien comes and runs from the darkness. Lope is caught in the face by the alien while searching the room. The teammate forcefully smashes the alien tentacles. But the alien has corrosive blood. It still burns Lope's face. At this time, Ledward sees another alien on the roof, runs right away. Teammate reacts too slowly and he is eaten by aliens. Here Daniels walks to the room, sees the portrait of Dr. Shaw being used for the experiment, also understands the truth. David comes over, wants to use Daniels as an experiment. When Daniels resists, he is kissed by David. Upon seeing this, Walter immediately takes David away. And he lets Daniels run away quickly. Two biohazards fight together. When David is defeated, he lets Walter make a choice. Is it slavery in heaven or master in hell? Choosing to be with humans or with David. While talking he quietly gropes the knife next to him. After Daniels and Lope emerged, the two walk to the square and fires a signal. Walter glances back into the hole. And he runs to the square. The three of them board the Covenant spacecraft together. An alien also follows at this moment. After Daniels solves the alien, he goes back to the cabin with Walter. After the spacecraft lifts off, medical staff treated Lope's wound. Daniels also goes to help Walter see his face. Daniels becomes the new captain. While Daniels is still asleep, Mom issues a warning again. There are unknown organisms in the medical cabin. They rushes to the medical cabin but she finds nothing. Walter spots the alien walking towards the crew room. And two couple teammates are taking a shower. Under Walter's positioning, they come to the crew room. But after all, they are still late. Only the bodies of two crew members remain in the crew room. And it has a string of bloody footprints. Daniels orders all the hatches behind her to be closed, decides to introduce the alien into the car in the warehouse. Then Tennessee presses the door button to send the alien into space. Daniels and Tennessee go down to the ground in full gear. Danny tells Tennessee not to shoot as much as possible, because the alien blood will be the hull. Immediately Tennessee opens the hatch. Danny knocks heavily on the metal railing to lure the alien. Alien hears the sound and quickly rushes towards Daniels. Danny walks through the car, locks the alien in the car. Then she immediately lets Tennessee open the door. With the door opened, the air pressure in the cabin plummets. But unfortunately, the car is stuck in the chain. Alien keeps beating on the window. Daniels sees this right away, lets Tennessee unlock the second car. The second car just untie, alien has broken the car window, run to the roof. Just when the alien is about to jump off, the first car is pushed into space. Alien also falls into the universe. Daniels is standing in the middle of the running road. At this time, the second car behind her drives towards Daniels. The alien in front of her also jumps up and pounces on Daniels. Danny jumps down the second car, drags the alien and rolls into space together. When Tennessee thinks Danny had jumped into space, Danny pokes her head out from below suddenly. Finally the alarm is lifted. The two smile heartily, but Walter looks disappointed. Everything is back to safety. Daniels and her group have gone through so many things. In the end only Daniels and Tennessee are left. Just when Walter closes Danny's hibernation cabin, Danny asks if Walter would talk to her. Can we build a cabin by the lake together? Walter smiles knowingly. At this time, Daniels suddenly realizes that the biohazard is in front of him. He is not Walter, but David. David immediately starts the low-temperature hibernation program. Daniels goes to sleep and David goes to the cabin where the embryos are stored. And he opens the hatch with his own security code. What about some music, buddy? Let's give the gods into Valhalla. In the music of the gods entering Valhalla, David slowly opens the storage cabinet, spits out an alien with a shake from his mouth. The embryo's ball is put in. And then he closes the storage cabinet. He goes to the depths of the waves like a leader. Finally, David uses the Walter Code to send a report to the Earth. The Covenant is except for Danny and Tennessee. Other members were unfortunately killed in the flare outbreak, and all the colonists were safe and sound. The spacecraft continues on its way to ORIGAE-6. This is Walter, signal off. Security code 31564F. The birth of David is explained at the beginning of the movie. From the conversation between David and Weyland, we can see that David is perfect for Weyland. He is almighty and will not die. But as the human being who created David, David believes that humans are not perfect. This makes Weyland very angry, also made for David. A series of things lays the groundwork. There are 3 questions in the movie that my friends ask me the most. First, how did Dr. Shaw die? In fact, judging from the dissected body and portrait of Dr. Shaw was used by David for the experiment. The burning David also personally admitted to love Dr. Shaw, but David's faith is a creation, and alien evolution must have a host for creation. David can only take the only human on this planet. That is, Dr. Shaw, coming to do this experiment. The second question is the biohazard of the spacecraft. Is it David or the brainwashed Walter? This is obviously David, because the female chief is building a cabin by the lake, only said to Walter. At the end, the hostess asked David this question. David just smiled and didn't know how to answer, because David didn't even know about this. Furthermore, when entering the storage compartment, David let go of the gods into the Valhalla. This echoes the piano music by David at the beginning of the film. It also proved that the biochemical man in the spacecraft is David. The third one is where David and Dr. Shaw came, planet of giant engineers. Is it the mother planet of engineers? I personally think it is not. If you don't believe me, you can take a look at Prometheus. At the beginning, the giant little brother wears a white inner. Looking at the giants on this planet, it's totally different, my god. Are the people on this so ugly? I guess this planet is also an experimental planet for giant engineers. Okay, that's it for today's commentary. Like and follow us if you like.